Are you tired of feeling tired? Are you struggling with vitality? Or does your body just not feel great? Join today's hosts Monique Bradley and registered naturopath Lynette Hill to talk about your health. It's Health Bites, bite-sized pieces of health and wellness information so you can own your health.
Hi, welcome to today's Fast and Furious Health Bite. I'm with Lynette Hill, naturopath. In my kitchen, I'm Monique Bradley, and today we're talking about the health benefits of turmeric. I have heard you talk a million times about this unusual little plant, or root I should say, and how it's not the most attractive, but it kind of over-delivers. And you're a fan, aren't you, Lynette?
I'm a big fan. It's basically in probably about 50% of the things that we do and give people.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why is it turmeric has so many benefits in your mind? Or why do you, I mean, look at it. It's a beautiful bright orange colour. And I'd love to know if people in the newsfeed today actually use it in their cooking or make anything like the recipe we're going to actually make today. Why do you love it so much?
Well, I love it because it's, well, number one, it tastes delicious. It's been around forever, so we know a lot about the benefits of it. In fact, in the Bible, they talk about the 3 golds, and we're starting to wonder if turmeric is one of the golds that
Stop it.
because it's really precious, and so it can be used fresh or it can be used powdered, and it can also be the curcuminoids can be extracted, and we can use them in herbal medicine. So I love it because it's anti-inflammatory. And it's anti-aging, so what's not to love?
We all want a little bit of that. My understanding is that it's part of the ginger family as well, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Perfect. Now, while I might not use the root very often, hi Zoe Hunt, nice to see you on the stream today. I do actually keep, because I'm a foodie and I love food. My dad, who was a homeopath and a naturopath, always said, let food be thy medicine. So I call this my medicine kit. In my kit, I have turmeric, I have ginger as well. I've got some cinnamon, I've got some cloves in here, I've got cumin, I've got peppercorns as well, I've got paprika. This for me goes into all of my food, and in fact today I'm going to make a drink using some of these as well, just to show people the health benefits. But let's actually delve into that recipe. So you're using turmeric as part of your excuse me, I'm just going to tip out some water. I've been basically soaking some medjool dates in here. How would you use turmeric? Do you use it in powdered form like this or through medicine?
Both actually. So sometimes we'll recommend a tea. You can get turmeric teas, but often I'll have people who don't need anything too therapeutic. So they don't need an anti-inflammatory protocol. They just need a little bit of relief. They might have aching joints, and I'll ask them to have some sort of a turmeric milk at bedtime. Oh,
which is what I'm making right now.
Which is what you're doing.
Perfect.
And often I'll get them to put a little milk and honey is really nice for soothing people off to sleep, but not everyone can have dairy. So I think you're making it with almond today.
I am going to make it with a little bit of almond milk. If you guys are wondering what I'm doing, this is actually an Ayurvedic. I find that so hard to say.
It's hard.
It's basically a traditional Indian recipe, so they call it golden milk, or you might see it in a cafe called a turmeric latte. And for me, this was great because I had to change my health and I had to wean myself off trim lattes, 2 or 3 trim lattes a day. So this gave me the creaminess I wanted and loads of flavour without that caffeine hit, which was stressing out my adrenals.
And sometimes you just want to be at the cafe with a friend, actually being anti-inflammatory by having fun, and then you have a coffee and it winds you up. So this is a really nice, very trendy option at the moment.
It certainly is. But the thing is, I'm not going to spend $6 at a cafe making this when I can make it myself. So I'm sweetening it today with some medjool dates. I've put in there about 3/4 of a teaspoon of turmeric in there. I've got in a little bit of ginger. Now ginger works really well for the digestion, is that right?
It's a lovely digestive aid. It's a little bit anti-inflammatory and it's also warming. So this is a really nice winter drink as well. And you can use this grated, fresh turmeric in there.
In fact, I was going to say I have 2 different. That's my almond milk already preheated there, and I have a couple of different graters that I use to basically grate this into my drink. So this is a ginger or turmeric grater. This is a more traditional style, or you've got your metal ones. I love this one. It's such a neat way to grate it. It comes out almost like a paste. Oh, in fact, I'll do a little bit. Yeah, I know, it's really cool. So this is just like a ceramic style. I actually got this from Master Chef Ray McVinney. So he gave this to me as a birthday, I think it was a birthday present. So it comes out, yeah, it's quite neat. And it does. Do be mindful though when you're working with turmeric, because it can stain your fingers a little bit.
Do be mindful that I'm wearing light silver.
Oh, yep. Perfect. Now I'm going to add into this just a tiny little bit of this warmed almond milk. Warm?
Yes, it's just more pleasant, isn't it? You're not wanting an iced latte.
Yeah, that's so true. Sarisa Friend said, timely, just made turmeric and lemon gummies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I like that. That sounds delicious.
Is that for the children or is that for you?
What a great way to get turmeric into the children's diet though. So I'm just adding a little bit of the almond milk in here. So almond milk, a better option than dairy milk?
It can be. A lot of people have issue with dairy, and also a lot of people that we're asking to have this anti-inflammatory drink have dairy can be considered to be a trigger for auto diseases. So things like arthritis and Crohn's and celiac and a lot of those conditions. So maybe almond.
Basically, I'm making a little paste here. I like this better than some of the, you know, when you go to a cafe and you have a turmeric latte, it can be a little bit powdery or a little bit gritty when you eat it. And that's often because they're actually using a turmeric powder base instead of making it from the raw ingredients. So if you're making your own, I would suggest doing something like this. I sometimes put the whole lot of the milk in there as well. But if it's a little too hot, I think it's a little cooler now. If it's a little too hot, it can kind of upset your blender a little bit. So just be gentle with your blender. And I'm just going to blend that and mix it through. Okay, so let's look at the health benefits, Lynette, of turmeric in the diet. We've got a screen to show you guys as well. Here we go. Okay, look at that. There are so many benefits. Let's start from the top. Do you want to talk us through these points?
Okay, so chronic and acute, this is going to be really interesting, Monique.
Yeah.
Chronic and acute pain, so it is anti-inflammatory. So therefore it's bringing inflammation down. So that's allowing tissues to heal, it's allowing the pain to be reduced. So we use it a lot, not just in a latte situation, but often in a therapeutic dose. And autoimmune conditions, they're driven by inflammation.
Wow.
So that is why that's why it's basically in any autoimmune protocol.
Yep.
So we're looking at things like irritable bowel disease and Crohn's and rheumatoid arthritis, and really anything that is inflamed. So that's why when we were talking about almond versus dairy is something that we'll usually try and pull out with an autoimmune protocol. You can see there it's anti-inflammatory. I think that's all we've spoken about so far.
Yes.
And it's also a free radical scavenger. So turmeric's being used in an anti-aging way. So it's actually being studied right now to look at things like Alzheimer's disease and those neurodegenerative conditions of the brain. And it's looking like it actually has an impact on those plaques. So that's really, really exciting.
And when we're talking about free radicals, you know, it has been proven that free radicals can contribute to the onset or progression of cancers as well, right? So to have something like turmeric, which is natural, that can support or basically protect you against those free radicals, I think that's an added bonus, isn't it?
Absolutely. And I think we need to be doing, you know, even when we're healthy, but particularly if we have a chronic disease, we need to do everything we can to get that free radical damage down and to get inflammation down.
Absolutely.
And another thing that's a little bit new, it's actually quite new, is that there's some studies showing that depression, in some cases it's a chemical depression. For example, you are depressed and you don't have it, but in some circumstances where they're seeing that antidepressants may not be effective or have side effects, that it may actually be that there is brain inflammation.
Wow.
And yeah, so certainly if there's gut inflammation, we're going to have that brain inflammation corresponding. And so particularly when we put out curcumin with saffron or essential fatty acids and fish oils, we can actually get an anti-inflammatory effect at the brain which may be reducing depression and anxiety. So that's pretty cool.
Now, from that point, if you're making a turmeric latte, if you're not using some sort of liquid that has a little bit of fat in there, so if you're using like a reduced fat almond milk or something like that, you may want to actually add in a little bit of coconut oil, because that will help that process again. Because all of these I see as companion ingredients. They all work together to help each other. They link together, and those amino acids, as an example, create complex proteins or complex foods that our bodies need to process. That's my understanding. Is that right?
You're pretty spot on.
Wow, go me. I've been doing my research, I tell you.
You have.
Okay, the final points there, how turmeric can benefit our health. We've got a couple points there at the end.
Yes, so digestive support, and again, that's usually in that anti-inflammatory model. The cardiovascular health is really, really cool. This is something that we use a lot. So we use turmeric in reducing high blood pressure and high cholesterol, which are both risks for...
That's quite new.
Yeah,
well, you've probably known about it.
It's been around a long time for us, but we're getting the research to really back us up even more now.
Great.
And so we're starting to be able to say, hey, look, we know this is highly beneficial with high cholesterol or high blood pressure. And, you know, those two things are huge risks for stroke. So again, you know, fish oil and turmeric, like, why wouldn't you put those in your diet?
Perfect. I totally agree. I think for me, being a foodie, I've always loved turmeric because I love the flavour. I love the way it enhances food. I make a lot of Indian food. There is nothing I love more than a beautiful roasted cauliflower in the oven with turmeric all over it.
And cumin.
Oh, so good. I mean, fantastic flavours. And the fact that you've got great flavours and health benefits at the same time, what's not to love?
That's true.
So, if you need something a little bit more than just a delicious golden milk like this, which I'm going to pour out for us now, if you need something a little bit more, so your health may be struggling a little, obviously a turmeric latte or a golden milk, it may not be enough for you. So, when it comes to health, how can people add maybe some products like these you've brought in that have turmeric in them? What are these products for, and how can they benefit our health?
Well, this is just a really good example of how broadly turmeric is used, or curcumin. So this is really one that you can probably pick up in some health stores or on, you know, online, or I don't know where else, maybe a pharmacy. And that's basically a liposomal turmeric. So it's got the fat there, so it's going to help with the absorption of it. So that might be a nice starting point just for straight out anti-inflammatory support. And then we've got it in all my favorite products. So these are, unfortunately or fortunately, these are practitioner only products. So that means I choose them for you because you've come to me with a certain set of symptoms and a condition, and I'm looking for the best best product.
The best potency and the best quality.
Definitely the best quality, and with cofactors that are going to do more than one thing. So, you know, we've got here some really good anti-inflammatory gut healing and gut support. And this also I use when there's a kind of a gut and liver picture and inflammation. There's always inflammation in the picture. This one here is my answer to pain relief. So it's got white willow bark in there and turmeric, so it's really dealing with the painful side of inflammation. This one we need to be a little bit careful and just check what other medications you're on. But it's great if you've got dental pain or you've got a sports injury. Yeah, so that's one example of it. And down here, this is one I use with a lot of autoimmune conditions, inflammation, even cholesterol management, this one. So it's not just turmeric. They're not, you know, it's got other things with it.
That's incredible.
And this one here has got your the saffron in it, and so that's turmeric and saffron.
Oh, perfect.
Absolutely a beautiful product that we're really starting to see help mood. And this is my favorite one, which is more of a hormonal product, and that's my personal favorite for me, for my body.
So that's Oaklear down the front there?
And that helps me with my estrogen clearance and also the inflammation from having too much estrogen.
Wow.
So you can see how many applications that we use it in.
I never knew turmeric could do so much. All I knew about turmeric is that my dad, who was a homeopath and a naturopath, he used to use turmeric to help. He had arthritis, so he used to incorporate more of that in his diet. And as I've only ever used it for cooking, so what a bonus.
No, and you know, Everyone thinks, oh, it's really expensive to have
lovely.
health foods. It's delicious, by the way. But that little amount there, 30 cents.
30 cents. Now, if you want to know which ingredients should go into your turmeric latte, if you want to make one while you're at home, we've got a list of those ingredients here. You can add almond milk. You can use dairy milk, but almond milk, I think, has some great properties and won't upset your gut, fingers crossed. Turmeric, of course, cinnamon. You can sweeten it with honey, maple syrup, medjool dates, which is what we've done today, or a little stevia. You can use some vanilla for flavour. Add ginger because it's really good, particularly if you've got an upset tummy or a little bit of nausea, and a pinch of black pepper. And there's a real good reason behind why you should add black pepper. Apparently, my understanding is that pepper and turmeric work really well together.
Hand in hand.
Perfect. So they're companion ingredients?
They are.
Perfect. So there you go. We're going to load that into the social media page for My Remedy and onto the website as well. Fast and easy to make. This whole drink, 2 servings, cost about $1. Perfect. So there you go, much cheaper than going to a cafe.
It's delicious too.
It's delicious, it's warming, it's natural for your tummy, and so many health benefits. So get some more turmeric into your daily diet. Your body will love you for it. And Lynette, if people want to maybe look at some of the incredible product range, they can't just go and buy these from online or from a supermarket or a pharmacy.
No.
It's practitioner only, and I believe you've got a special offer this month as well, haven't you?
Yes, we have this month for July. Anyone that mentions Health Bites will get a $20 discount on their first appointment, and then obviously if there's something that we can help you with and it involves turmeric, we'll do that. Otherwise we'll find a personal plan for you.
Perfect, sounds great. And just cutting to the newsfeed now, Sarisa said she's been making the gummies with lemon, ginger and honey as well.
Oh, yum.
Oh, you need to come and be on a house
You
bite.
do. We should come and make gummies for us.
Absolutely. And over on the other page on Your Fix TV, Capital Def just said, is it a turmeric latte? Yes, it is. Good morning to you, watching in India. Nice to have you with us. And he just said, oh, look, you have an Indian spice box. My wife recognised it. 3 of us watching your show now. This is what I call my health kit. So these are all ingredients that I know will taste amazing but support my health as well. So there you go. There it is. Beautiful and helpful for your health. You probably recognise all of the ingredients in there. Lynette, this has been a great, fantastic health bite today. Fast and furious to get you guys the information you need to help your own health. So, final health tip for the week?
I'd say if you've got pain, try turmeric.
I love it. It was that easy. Hey, thanks you guys for watching, and keep an eye out for the My Remedy Facebook page updates and information. And remember that special offer, if you want to come in and see Lynette or one of the team, contact the clinic and use Health Bites as your code there to get $20 discount on your first appointment. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to Your Fix TV for producing today's show, and we'll see you next week for another Health Bite. Thanks, Lynette.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Are you tired of feeling tired? Are you struggling with vitality? Or does your body just not feel great? Join today's hosts Monique Bradley and registered naturopath Lynette Hill to talk about your health. It's Health Bites, bite-sized pieces of health and wellness information so you can own your health.